Hello guys, my name is Vazalam and welcome back to another video tutorial on Blender to Unity 5 assets creation video tutorial series. Alright, so what we are going to do today, we are going to create a weapon for Unity 5, like a gun, a machine gun, an assault rifle actually. So let's see the reference image. Weapons, here we have it, MDR. We are going to create this gun inside the blender with a very low poly. So let's get started. Open up the blender. Here I have a latest version. You can use any version you want. Okay, first delete everything by pressing once or twice the A button on the keyboard and press X, then hit enter. Alright, now first thing is to load up the reference image. Press N on your keyboard to bring this panel over here, and in here you can actually uh, assign a background image. So let's open up an image. um, right here, MDR, and there it is, our reference image. So how we gonna see this image? We cannot see this image in any type of view until we are in the orthographic and in the snapped view, like in left, right, back, front, bottom, top, etc. So let's go to the front view. Alright, now start modeling. Add an object, let's say a cube, over here, and press Z on your keyboard to bring this wireframe mode and move it where you want. Let's start modeling our gun from any side you want. Go into the edit mode and start editing. So we are in the orthographic view, so in and a wireframe view. So if we border select this part, we are going to select the rest of the part which is symmetrical to this part too, so don't worry about uh, that. So let's start making our model. Alright, make it as low poly as possible so that we can use it in any type of games. And um, remember to select the vertices with border select, otherwise you cannot grab the hidden vertex on the other side. Alright, let's create a loop cut over here. No, actually make a border select and bring it back here a little bit and border select this and extrude it. Alright, then press X and S on your keyboard to start scaling it, and X on your keyboard to scale it only on the direction of the x-axis. Okay, now deselect everything by pressing A and border select these two vertices and bring them here. Press X to snap the direction towards the x-axis. Okay, bring this a little bit up, border select this one, make this up, and let's create a loop cut over here by pressing Ctrl R on your keyboard, and by clicking you can place your loop cut anywhere, and by clicking again you can make it permanent. Alright, just select everything and now select these two. Actually, we are going to create this clip um, in other object, so we're not going to worry about that. So let's deselect this and select this one, make it here. Alright, just make the shape of this gun, extrude it once more. Okay, also you don't have to be very perfect while creating these um, shapes, because it's a low poly. So this can be adjusted, and in here you have to decrease your height. Actually we're not going to create this that much detail. We are going to create this detail with a texture with a normal map, which will create a fake effect of these little raised parts, so don't worry about that. Just create a shape of it. Actually select this and drag it this little bit down. Okay, this is good. And now select these two, bring it here, and now extrude it once more. Select this one, make it down little bit. I think this is okay. Alright, now select these two again and extrude them. Extrude it right here. Select these two, bring them over here little bit. Okay, select this one and this one. Alright. Mm, Now let's extrude this part first. Make a loop cut over here, drag it here, and then select these two parts. Extrude it, extrude it right to here. Okay, now grab it, rotate it by pressing R on your keyboard. You can rotate it like this. You can grab your vertices by pressing G and dragging your mouse. You can go anywhere you want. Okay, this is good. Press S and X only to scale on the x-axis, and then extrude it once more. Right, grab this one over here and drag this over here. Make a little bit details, and also make a loop cut over here. This will help us in creating these shapes like this, and a loop cut over here, and drag this up like this. Alright, I think this is good for now. Alright, now create a loop cut over here. Alright, I think this is okay. Now select these two vertices and extrude it a little bit, and then scale them down like over here, and then scale and press again S and press X. Scale them over the x-axis, and then extrude them and scale them again inside the along the x-axis. Sorry about my bad English. SX, alright, extrude it once more, rotate it like this, alright, extrude it again like here, rotate it like this, and extrude it again. Okay, so now we have to connect this with this. So rotate your view a little bit. Now you can see all the faces. Now select this one first, and then by holding shift select this one and press alt M on your keyboard and press add first. So what this doing, this will merging these two vertices into one in the location of the first one selected. So repeat the process, alt M at the first, alt M at first, and alt M at first. Alright, go back to your front view. Okay, now they're connected. Okay, cool. Now create more details. Extrude it once more, like in here. Whoops, sorry, not V, B. Make it a little bit here or here, whatever you want. I think this should be here and this should be up here. Actually, let's make it a more detailed object. See here, alright, in here. Okay, this one too. Again, extrude both of them along the x-axis. Extrude them again. Oops. Okay. In here. Maybe. Okay. Press X and S and Z to scale it a little bit on the Z axis. And select these two again and extrude them. Make them a little bit down. Actually it's too down. Alright, just make it down. We're not going to make too much detail in here, otherwise our gun will become a little bit high poly, which we don't want to be. Okay, now extrude them once more. Alright, maybe I should place them here and this one in here. Okay, now extrude them once more to create this cylinder part. Whoops, sorry, we're going to create this cylinder part with a cylinder, so drag this back. Alright, this looks okay. And then now let's create the trigger. Okay, deselect everything, make sure everything is deselected by pressing once or twice A. and extrude this part again and scale it down, and again scale it along the x-axis. Alright, now extrude it, scale it along x-axis like this, extrude it once more. Alright, rotate it a little bit like this and extrude it once more. Bring it here and rotate it backward to create a nice sharp trigger. Okay, now our basic mesh of the model is ready. Let's add some more details over here, just like this one. Let's raise this part a little bit upward, and in here let's create loop cuts. Alright, here 1 and 2. Alright, Control Z, whoops, sorry. Create a loop cut over here and loop cuts here, here, and here. Alright, and now another loop cut over here, maybe, yep, in here, and another one here. Okay, so we're going to raise up this part, because we wanna make some fake effect of some details. Drag this over here a little bit, and now border select these one. Alright, now pan your view up here and press E, and then press right click. Do not do anything else, and then now press S and then Y, and drag your mouse backward. See if it's doing the work. Drag it a little bit more, because we are going to scale this whole thing down towards the y-axis, and after that this will get into the shape. Alright, now go back to your front view. Okay, now what else? Let me see. Let's bring this one up. So deselect everything and border select this vertices over here and this one. Bring a little bit up and in here, and this one maybe down. Alright, and this one here. Okay, let's just bring them, both of them here. Alright, border select these two and do the same thing, extrude, right click, S and Y. Alright, go back to the front view. Let's see what we can do next. I think this is good enough. We're not going to make this super high poly. Alright, now press the Z button again to go back to the solid view, and then pan your view to see how your gun is looking. Well, I know it's looking too bad, but let's fix this shape. Select everything and now scale it along the y-axis, and now let's see. Okay, this looks pretty fine to me. Okay, now go back to the front view, Z, deselect everything. I think the upper part should be should be, oops, should be bended like this, S, Y, like little bit this, okay, Z. Alright, to see it more correctly, turn off the orthographic mode. Now, alright, it's looking good. Now, uh, let's fix these scales. Go back to your front view, orthographic, and then press Z. Now deselect everything, border select your trigger, and border select this here, and then press S and Y to make it more thinner. Alright, it's now more thinner, and let's make this one thinner too. Border select this one. Alright, S, Y, little bit thin, go to little bit thin, okay. Now it is thin too. Now select everything and go to smooth vertex, and now let's see. Alright, I think this is not good. Press Ctrl Z to go back. Alright, now alright, now let's create a silencer. Go back to the front view, press Z, and now let's first create the clip of it. So click left click in here to bring up the 3D cursor over here, so that the cube will spawn over here, not anywhere else. And now go into the edit mode and drag the whole cube down, and then scale this down a little bit, bring this back up again, scale it along the x-axis to make it a little bit thinner, and then scale it along the z-axis. Okay, and now rotate it. Alright, bring it a little bit up, rotate it, wait a minute. Alright, rotate it back again, scale it little bit up, rotate it again, and now I think this should be fine. Now deselect everything and then make it a little bit down and create a edge loop over here, and just select this one and extrude it little bit and rotate it like this to create a little bit details. And you can also extrude them all actually. So go back to your front view, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Alright, now border select everything and press E, and then right click, and then press S, and now shift Z to not to scale on the Z axis but along the Y and X axis. Okay, now this should be fine. Okay, this looks pretty much fine to me. And now let's scale this along the Y axis to match the scale of the original gun. Go back to the solid view, and now select this, select your clip and press S, and Y to scale it along the y-axis and make it a little bit thinner than the gun. Little bit, not too much thinner. Scale as Y. Alright, now I think our clip is ready. Go back to the front view, press Z to see how it looks. I think we have to, sorry about that, I think this should be scaled a little bit down along the x-axis. Okay, actually Control Z, then let's just leave it as it is. I'm not gonna mess with it. Alright, go back to the object mode and now left click in here to bring 3D cursor over here, and now let's create the silencer. For this we need to add a cylinder over here, and notice this is two-way high poly. We don't want that, so let's press in here vertices, number of vertices 8, and press enter. Now we should have a great low poly cylinder. Now go back to the edit mode and then rotate it, press R and rotate it along the y-axis, press Y, and now press 90 on your numpad. Alright, bring it a little bit here and press X to scale. Whoops, here and here, press X, S to scale down the cylinder and scale it down a little bit more, and then grab these ones over here and bring it to the front. Okay, now let's see how it's looking like. Alright, press the smooth shading button in here and in here. Alright, now our gun space mesh is ready. So what's the next step? We are going to texture it, add a texture on it. So let's first save this. Not in here, let's say MDR base, alright, press enter, and now let's close it. We are not going to texture this one in here. In this version of Blender we are going to use Blender version 2.63a to do that, because the new version of Blender does not support ground painting using UV maps. I don't know why the option is removed, but it is very useful. So click here and go to file and press open and find your gun. Yeah, it's right here, and press open. Now we are inside Blender version 2.63a. Go back to your front view and now press Z, and oh whoops, sorry about that. Again, I paused the video, sorry. I forgot to create this, the little part over here. I don't know what it's called. This is for aiming, I guess. Yes, it is for aiming, of course. So let's create this one first. Bring your 3D cursor over here and press Shift A. Because we are in the older version, we cannot see the add option here. It is right here, add option. Let's add up a cube over here and go into the edit mode and scale it down, bring it a little bit up, and bring this over here. Select this one, make it here, a little bit down. Doesn't matter if they are overlapping because it really doesn't matter. select these two and bring them up like here, and then you could just rotate and create a sharp shape like this and scale this along the x-axis. Alright, the shape is now created. Now pan your view over, rotate your view over here, and you can see you can create a loop cut first in here, I guess, and then two cuts over here. Alright, now go to the face select mode and press Z to go to the object view mode, and now delete, press X and delete faces, and delete this face, delete this face. Alright, now go into the vertices select mode and select this vertex, this and this one. You can see this by pressing Z button and press F on your keyboard to fill this. This will add a face according to these the selected vertices you have selected, and then select it again and press F to create a new face over here. And you can also add a face over here by selecting these vertices and press F, and now press Z to see how it's looking. Okay, now our aiming is created. Actually, let's create one loop cut over here and press right click to make it at the center, and now press Z to see the both vertices, and now select the both of them and bring them a little bit up to create a precise aiming. I don't know if it is correct, but let's just create it. Now go back to your object mode and see how your gun is looking like. Go back to your front view, Z. Alright, everything is now created. Now let's start texturing. So first select your base mesh, press it. Now select your base, gun base, by clicking the right click, and now in here the little triangle, you can drag it over here, and you can change the view to UV map editor, and then press the plus button over here and create a new image. Let's call it MDR base. Hit enter and now click OK. This will create a new image, and I'll go to the edit mode and then select everything by pressing A button and press U button to bring up the UV mapping window panel actually, and then click Smart UV project and press OK. This will create a UV map for your image, and now you can select your MDR base image into here, and you can see some part of our gun is going out of the image. You can fix that by selecting everything and scaling down and grabbing the everything by pressing G, or you could do it by another way. So by selecting everything, go to this mesh, and in here edges, select mark seam. Now every face is edge is now marked as a seam. Now select everything again and then press U, and then just press unwrap. Now you can see it created a nice uniform spread out of the UV maps around the gun and around the texture. And now you can save your texture. Let's save this, let's say MDR base, again base, click OK, and now go into your this object data panel, and in UV maps press the little plus button over here, and you can see you now have two UV maps. In the newly created UV maps, press the name option and rename this to anything like uh, paint, Paint. Let's say paint. Hit enter, and now change your view to the front, and now press U, and now select project from view. Alright, now select your reference image over here, and now grab your UV maps by pressing G on your keyboard, and now press S along the Y axis to scale it like this. In here, whoops, S, Y, scale it a little bit more. Alright, place it in here. Don't worry if the meshes are not correctly matching the image. We will fix that later on. I think this is good for now, and now you can save this image, and now you can see you have two different UV maps with two different textures assigned. Now by selecting this paint UV map, go to your texture paint mode like this, and now you can see the texture is applied to the gun, but it's not yet ready. Just select your brush and press the F clone brush, and take this clone button and select the paint over here, and now go switch back to your UV map, and now you can notice the texture is gone, and this is the basic texture of the image we have created. So let's start painting. You can see now it's copying the textures from the reference image and applying it to our created image. You can paint it all over the gun. I think the strength is not 100% yet. Change it to 100%, and now you should paint it correctly. Also, if you don't want to keep those white parts, you can delete the faces and rejoin them as we did in here to create a whole type of thing, a cavity type of thing, to make it more detailed gun. But I am going with this one because it's a tutorial. And if some parts are missing, some parts are white, some parts are black, don't worry, we are going to fix everything. But for now, just paint the basic texture all over your gun. We will fix everything later on. Alright, so I think this is okay. Our gun is completely painted. Now let's fix those white colors. Untick this clone option over here and go back to your uh, unpainted or white painted option and press Ctrl on your keyboard and click on your the texture you wanna copy, and then you can paint right through by dragging like a sample you do in Photoshop, or by clicking continuously is the best option I found, because it will always take the sample from here and apply it to everywhere. Dragging may cause problems. So I'm gonna pause this video and I'm gonna complete this whole thing so that you will not get bored while watching the video. So wait until I'm finished. Alright guys, now I am done here painting. You can see in here I have painted it, all the parts, all the whiteness are painted, unless I don't want this part, a specific part, to be white. So wait a minute, this is not right. Clone and clone, yeah, let's just paint it. Okay, and now you just go into your edit mode and save your image. Save image. Alright, now what's next? Let's create a texture for our clip. Okay, now go into the edit mode, select everything by pressing the A button once or twice, press U and select Smart UV project, click OK. Now here again the UVs are going out of the bounds, press B to make a border select, and then press G and bring them a little bit down. Alright, let's create another image. This time let's say clips or clip. Okay, click OK button, and now we are here. On the next step, press this plus button under this uvmaps, and now rename this paint again, and now again go to your front view in orthographic. Now press U button and select this project from view. Now select your reference image, and now select everything by pressing A button, select everything again. Alright, scale it on the x-axis and scale it again on the y-axis to match its size. Okay, here we go. I think this is okay. Now we have two UV maps like previously. Now remember, you have to select this paint UV map first and then switch to the texture paint mode, and now select your F clone brush and then select this clone and select this paint, and now switch back to your UV map and now start painting. Again, I think I have to adjust strength. Nope, strength is maximum. Alright, let's paint everything up. Press F and drag your mouse to increase the uh, radius of your brush to paint it quickly. Alright, now I think I'm done here. Okay, go into your edit mode and you can see now our texture is now applied to this mesh. Now you can save this image. Save as image. Clip. Okay, hit enter. Okay, now it's time for our silencer. Go back to the object mode and select our silencer. Alright, go to the edit mode, select everything, unwrap it, smart UV project, hit OK, and oops. Now I think it is good. Create another image. Let's say silencer. Okay. Press OK. Now create another UV map. Name it paint. Okay. Now while selecting this paint, go to your front view. Now press U. Select project from U view and change this image with the reference image. Now drag this over here like this, scale it along the x-axis like this. Actually I want to make it the whole everything is blackish. Now I'm gonna scale it the more along the x-axis like this. Okay, now we have two UV maps with two different textures and two different type of UVs. Now switch to the texture paint mode and make sure everything is okay. Change that to paint and now switch and start painting. Alright, now go back to the edit mode and save this image. Silencer. Okay, now for the aiming, I don't know its name, sorry about that, but let's just say it aiming for now. Go into the into edit mode, select everything, press U, smart UV project. Okay, now create another image, say aiming, click OK. Now create another UV map, say it paint. Now go to the front view in the orthographic and now press U and select project from view. Change your image to the reference image, select everything and now drag it over here, shape it. It really doesn't matter how you shape it because we just want its color to be matched, and in this case you can see it really doesn't matter which side you choose, like here and here, which angle or which part for the color you choose. It really doesn't matter here. Alright, now we have two different UV maps. Switch to texture paint mode And now select this to paint and switch to UV map and start painting this type of shapes can be a little bit tricky, but you can do it by painting it from the upper side. Come on. Okay. Alright, now let's save this image, save as image, aiming.png, aiming. Okay. Alright, now we're all done with our gun. Let's see how it looks. Go to the texture view, and now you should see it. Okay, our gun is ready to roll and can be used inside Unity. Congratulations, guys. It's looking not too bad. You can always give it a more time to texture these little corners and areas like this. You can paint it all over the silver color. Okay, guys, I think this is it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next tutorial.